Before the world knew their name, they were the echo in the wind. This is the story of the horsemen who rode out of the heart of Asia and forever changed the destiny of empires. It was an age of endless steppes and unforgiving skies, a vast, untamed land stretching from the shadow of Mongolia's mountains to the windswept plains of Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan. This was the ancient cradle of civilization, a place the world would one day know as Turkestan. Here, life was not measured in cities of stone, but in the thunder of hooves and the whistle of arrows. It was a realm forged by nomadic warrior tribes, where survival was a daily conquest, and honor was etched not in gold, but in the strength of one's sword arm and the loyalty of one's kin. The earth itself seemed to breathe with a primal energy, a silent witness to the riders who were masters of its domain. From this harsh, beautiful wilderness, a people emerged, their spirit as resilient as the grasslands they called home. They were the early Turks, a collection of tribes bound by blood, tradition, and a shared mastery of warfare. They were born into the saddle, their lives intertwined with the powerful steeds that carried them across the plains. Archery was not a skill. It was an extension of their being, a deadly art perfected from childhood. Their society was a tapestry woven from the threads of a tribal system, where clans gathered under the leadership of the strongest and wisest. They lived in portable homes called yurts, circular tents of felt and wood that could be packed and moved with the seasons, following the great herds of livestock that sustained them. Their existence was a constant dance between herding and hunting, a rhythm dictated by the earth and the sky. Before the call to prayer echoed across the deserts, their souls were tethered to the natural world through an ancient belief system, shamanism. They saw spirits in the mountains, the rivers, and the eternal blue sky, which they worshipped as Tengri, the supreme deity. Their shamans were the keepers of ancestral wisdom, conduits between the mortal realm and the world of spirits, their drums beating like the heart of the tribe itself. But the winds of change were gathering, blowing from the sun-scorched sands of Arabia. Between the 8th and 10th centuries, a profound transformation began. The message of Islam, carried by merchants, missionaries, and conquering armies, found fertile ground in the hearts of these fierce warriors. The conversion was not instantaneous, but a gradual dawning, a spiritual conquest that would redefine their identity and purpose. As they embraced this new faith, the Turks became its most ardent champions, carrying the banner of Islam on a journey that would reshape the maps of Asia and Europe, their fervor as boundless as the steppes they had left behind. Long before the world trembled at the name of the Ottomans, the Turks had already carved mighty empires from the flesh of the old world. Their first great testament was the Gokturk Khaganate, a colossal dominion that stretched across Central Asia, its power a chilling proclamation of their arrival on the world stage. They were the first to unite the disparate Turkic tribes under a single banner, their name Turk, now a symbol of imperial might. Later, the Uyghur Khaganate rose from the ashes of its predecessor, a beacon of culture and trade along the Silk Road, their cities a vibrant mosaic of art, literature, and commerce. Further south, the Ghazanavids, a dynasty of Turkic slave soldiers who rose to become kings, established an empire centered in modern-day Afghanistan. They pushed deep into the Indian subcontinent, their conquests becoming the stuff of legend. Their court a center of Persian poetry and Islamic scholarship. Yet, it was another tribe, the Seljuks, who would irrevocably alter the course of history. Sweeping in from the east, these formidable horsemen converted to Sunni Islam and embarked on a conquest that would shatter the old order. They marched west, their ambition a burning fire, until they stood at the gates of the Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantium. In the year 1071, at a place called Manzikert, the Seljuk Sultan Alp Arslan faced the Byzantine Emperor. The clash was not merely a battle of armies, but a collision of worlds. The disciplined, heavily armored legions of Byzantium were no match for the lightning-fast tactics of the Turkish horse archers. The Byzantine army was annihilated, the emperor himself captured. With this single, devastating victory, the Seljuks shattered the eastern defenses of the Christian world and threw open the gates to Anatolia. The land that would one day be called Turkey was now theirs to claim, and Turkic tribes poured in, transforming its landscape and its soul forever. From the seeds planted by the Seljuks, a new and even greater power would eventually grow. In the chaotic aftermath of the Mongol invasions that shattered the Seljuk Sultanate, Anatolia became a patchwork of small Turkish principalities known as beyliks. Among them, one was destined for greatness. It was led by a chieftain named Osman, whose tribe, the Ottomans, possessed an unyielding drive and a strategic brilliance that set them apart. They evolved from a small warrior band on the Byzantine frontier into the architects of one of history's most enduring empires. As their power grew, the Ottomans saw themselves not just as conquerors, but as the new guardians of the Islamic world. After conquering the Mamluk Sultanate in the 16th century, they assumed the title of Caliph, becoming the protectors of the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. For centuries, the Turkish Sultan would also be the Caliph of all Sunni Muslims, the symbolic leader of a global community of faith. The legacy of the Turks is etched into the very fabric of world history. It is a story of unparalleled military prowess, of nomadic horsemen who became emperors and sultans. Their armies a byword for discipline and ferocity. But it is also a story of immense cultural and intellectual achievement, from the majestic mosques of Istanbul to the intricate poetry of Rumi. From the scientific advancements of the Islamic Golden Age to the complex administrative systems that governed a multi-ethnic empire, their contribution to civilization is immeasurable. They were not merely destroyers of the old world, but builders of a new one. A vibrant Islamic civilization that bridged east and west. From the heart of Central Asia, they rode out to meet their destiny, and in doing so, they left a mark upon the world that time itself cannot erase. He didn't beg, he only looked at the sky, as if waiting for the next conquest.